Old sausage engine. One day, Gordon was waiting at the station until Henry and his train came in. This made him cross. Late again? Henry laughed. Gordon fumed away. After Gordon finished his work, he went back to the yard and puffed onto the turntable. He was still feeling very bad-tempered. Henry is impossible. He clanks about like a lot of old iron, and he's so slow he makes us wait, he grumbled. Sir Handel and Peter Sam were indignant. Old sausage engine, slow. Why, Henry could beat you in a race any day. Really, said Gordon, I shall like to see him do it. Next morning, Gordon's driver was suddenly taken ill. He could hardly stand. So the firemen uncoupled Gordon ready for shunting. Gordon was impatient. Suddenly, the signalman shouted. There was Gordon puffing away down the line. All traffic halted, called the signalman. Suddenly, the signalman shouted, 2 boys were on Gordon's footplate fiddling with the controls. Whew! They tumbled off and ran when Gordon is started. The signalman answered the telephone. Yes, he's here. Right, I'll tell him. The inspector's coming at once. He wants a shunter's pole and a coil of wire rope. What for? Wondered the fireman. Search me, but you better get them quickly. The fireman was ready when Henry arrived. The inspector saw the pole and a rope. Good man, jump in. We'll catch him, puffed Henry. Gordon was laughing. What a lark, he chuckled to himself. Suddenly, he was going faster and faster. He realized that he had no driver. What shall I do? I can't stop. Help, help. We're coming, called Henry. Henry was panting up behind with every ounce of steam he had. At last, he caught up with Gordon. Steady, Henry, called his driver. The inspector stood on Henry's front, holding a noose of rope in the crook of the shunter's pole. He was trying to slip it over Gordon's buffer. The engine swayed and lurched at last. So the old sausage engine caught you after all, chuckled Henry. I'm sorry, whispered Gordon. Thank you for saving me. You were splendid, Henry. That's all right, replied Henry. The engines arrived at the station side by side where Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. A fine piece of work, he said. Gordon, you can rest, then take your train. I'm proud of you, Henry. You shall go to the works and have your worn parts mended. Oh, thank you, sir, said Henry. It'll be lovely not to clank.